Hello and welcome to News 6. Today's show features a 6th grade class of Hilltop Elementary in West Unity. With the first story about our school, here's Amy.
On March 8th, the 5th and 6th grade spelldown was held in the high school gym. 16 finalists competed for the winner and runner-up spot. Michelle Rummel was able to get by Amy Scribner to win the championship. Both girls are 6th graders. Amy misspelled enamel and Michelle correctly spelled it and then spelled estate for the win. These two winners will advance to the Williams County Spelldown. The county winner will then advance to Fort Wayne for regional competition. Then that winner will travel to Washington, D.C. for the national finals. One of the most interesting projects at our school is learning how to macrame. Macrame is the art of tying knots in quarter lengths to create decorative pieces. At the beginning of the year, Mr. Chapman, a 6th grade teacher, supplied us with the materials and taught a few of the students how to make plant holders. Now, almost all of the students know how to macrame and have used their imaginations to design other projects, like bracelets and necklaces. Everyone finds this hobby very entertaining and enjoyable. With stories about our community, here's Michelle.
One of the major producers of eggs in northwest Ohio is A&A Poultry Farms Incorporated in West Unity. Eggs are brought from the plant from big chicken farms in Indiana, Michigan, and northwestern Ohio. Within 48 hours, the eggs are on their way to supermarkets in Michigan, Ohio, and New York. A&A handles 500,000 eggs each day, and less than 55,000 come from their own hen houses a few miles from the plant. Inside the plant, a giant machine with suction cups lifts the eggs and places them in a washer. They are then rinsed and blown dry. Mineral oil is then spread on the eggs to give each shell a longer life. The eggs are then inspected for cracks. If they pass, they are weighed according to its size and separated into each group. The eggs follow one another to a machine that packages them 12 to a carton, then 30 of the cartons are packed in a case and sent to the cooler. That's the story of the egg, a long day's journey into breakfast. To recognize West Unity as the area's top egg producer, the town has a yearly carnival called the Eggin' Fest. The event started in 1972, and this year it will be held on June 28th through the 30th. There will be many activities during those 3 days like pony pulling, rock throwing, tractor pulling, tug-of-war, and a beauty contest. There will also be plenty of games and rides on hand, like the moonwalk, Ferris wheel, and helicopter rides. Almost 20,000 people will enter West Unity during the Eggin' Fest. Now here's Abby with a story about an interesting church near West Unity.
One very historical spot in West Unity area is the German Methodist Emmanuel Church. The church is located about 1.5 miles southeast of West Unity and was built in 1869 by donations. The church had 2 large doors in the front, and upon entering, the women would go to the left and the men the right. The pews have a division through the middle, separating the men from the women. Some of the other highlights include an old pump organ, the old German Bible, which was copywritten in 1860, and the beautiful chandelier, which was moved from another church when it was equipped with electricity. The church's last congregation was in 1906, but Sunday school continued until 1914. With the exception of a few things, the church still stands with the same ruggedness that it did over 100 years ago. There is one businessman in West Unity who has a very beautiful hobby. His name is Max Yeager, and he makes lamps and other decorative pieces out of stained glass. Mr. Yeager got interested in this hobby when he acquired some stained glass from a church that was being torn down. He made a lamp from that glass, and when other people saw it, they wanted him to make something for them. Now he makes lampshades, vases, windows, and many other decorative pieces for around the house. Mr. Yeager spends anywhere from 15 to 60 hours working on a project. Now back with Matt with our final stories.
What has 4 legs, big ears, a small tail, and a long neck? Easy. It's Spook the llama of Route 1 West Unity. Spook is an 8-year-old brown and white male llama. Several years ago, Spook was bought by Dr. and Mrs. Thomas Taylor. Before he came to West Unity, Spook traveled with an animal circus. There he learned to lay down, kneel, and stand on a stump. Later he retired to a home in Grand Rapids, Michigan. then was sold to the Taylor family of West Unity. Llamas are inexpensive to keep for. Spook can go for weeks without water and eats only a few small scoops of sweet feed a day. He has long, thick fur, but still gets chilled in the winter. Spook has lived with the Taylors for a year now and has seemed to enjoy his life with them. We hope Spook has many more happy years ahead of him. Several years ago, Mrs. Ruth Cotter was a bus driver for our schools, but now she can relax and enjoy her new home. Why? Mrs. Cotter was one of the lucky winners of the $1 Million Lottery in Michigan. News 6 reporter Carla Root visited Mrs. Cotter in her home, and she talked about the winning lottery.
How did you qualify in the $1 Million Lottery in Michigan?
I had been buying 2 tickets a week, 2 50-cent tickets from a friend who got the tickets from a man he worked with, and this man lived in Michigan, and he would bring the tickets down. And so after I bought the tickets for about, now a little over a month, I won $25. So this $25 qualified me to be in another drawing for a semifinalist in the Michigan Lottery. And from the semifinalist, then I went on to be a finalist.
Did you think you were going to win?
No, I had no idea of winning. When I first got the letter saying that I was invited to the $1 Million drawing, the letter said that I would win $1,000. So this was what I was thinking about and trying to decide what I was going to spend my $1,000 for. Our kids had sort of planned on what they were going to do with Mom's $1 million, but I really had never considered the fact that I would win.
How has your life changed?
I don't really think that much. We have the same friends, do the same things, and still shop for bargains when we go to the grocery store. And we have built a new home, which we are enjoying, and maybe did a little more traveling. We have been able to help our children a little more. Christmases have been a little bigger. But as far as our everyday life is concerned, I don't think it's changed.
Are you still buying lottery tickets?
Yes. Not Michigan lottery tickets, because I really don't have any way to get to Michigan every week to buy them, but I do buy Ohio lottery tickets each week. But I feel like I really should support the Michigan lottery because that's where I won my money, and I haven't won very much in Ohio yet.
Thank you for watching News 6. Today's show is brought to you by the 6th grade class of Mr. Butch Stantz at Hilltop Elementary in West Unity. Next week, News 6 will feature the 6th grade from Toledo Good Shepherd. Have a great week.